a fun countdown without a Saturday night out, and tonight we're at Sweeties. Now, the Sweeties menu have lots of goodies, Exhibit A, but tonight we're serving up something extra. Our extra item, drum roll please, dating. Now, you heard right, dating. Tonight we'll be discussing about Christian dating, and I'm sure inquiring minds want to know. I want to know much more about Christian dating. So, question number one, in your own words, what is dating?
Dating is when a man and a woman go out, trying to go eat, know each other, trying to find a life partner. Sometimes it might not work out with that person, so you go out with different folks to see who you think is compatible with you.
Okay, so dating is setting time and getting to know a person, evaluate their positives and the negatives, see if they're again compatible with your personality, figure out if they're in tune with certain standards that you may have, and if they actually take the time to solidify effort and reciprocate the right energy towards you. Dating is more of finding a person than opposed to trying to find yourself in a person.
2 Corinthians 6:14. What does it mean to be unequally yoked together with unbelievers?
Two persons that are not of the same faith, or one is outside and one is inside the church.
There's a scarcity of men in the church. What is a single girl to do?
Praying fast.
As Jared said, pray and fast. Because the person can change. I know people say people don't change, but people can change, because there are a lot of people in the church who weren't Adventists at first, and it was Adventist person who brought them. This is my example. They brought them to church, and they became. It's the color. They became.
What you're saying is that we should be participating in missionary dating.
Yes, you can missionary date, and they became equally yoked. Isn't that our aim, to fish out of the world?
Yes, but
and bring all the people in, change their lives for the better. There are very much a lot of good people out there, but just because they are not of the faith, you can help them to get somewhere, get them to be in the faith, so you can be equally yoked.
What kind of fairy tale is that?
It's not a fairy tale, it's the reality of today's world. There's a lot of unequally yoked happening, and they change. If you want to be with someone, they must decide if they're going to change for you.
For me, it's a no. I know guys. Okay, here is why I say no. You date someone who is non-Christian and you're a very spiritual person, you pray every day, you do devotions, right?
I understand that.
And in the beginning, they will say, okay, it's all right, I'll join in with you. But at the end of the day, if they're not a Christian, they will get tired of it. Even if they might not show it or say it, they will get tired of it. And that's where the problems might occur, because they get tired of it, and then it's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to convert, and you're already so emotionally attached to the person. You don't want to end it. It's not going to go anywhere, but you don't want to end it. And that's where all the problems will lie.
Okay, dating somebody who's unequally yoked. It's not always a good thing. Sometimes it can work out, but sometimes it does not. I was not an Adventist. My first girlfriend was an Adventist. But then, yes, we dated, and I get her to do things, go places that she shouldn't go. So it's not always a good thing for an Christian to date a non-Christian. But in the end, I ended up and give my life to Christ. But it's, say, 95% of the time, it's the Christian who come out of the church than to bring the other person in church. So we should just stick to what the Bible says,
What are challenges that you may face in terms of telling your Caribbean parents, knowing as it is that you're having a dating life with someone?
Challenges were that my mother didn't want me to leave the house. And then when I actually went out, she was like, oh, be careful, don't do this, don't do that, da, 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 da. Come back early.
Being that I am the only daughter in a very traditional Christian household, it was really a challenge for me personally to tell my parents that I was dating somebody. My whole life, dating had kind of been off limits, being as I was very sheltered. So I went into this thinking, I am a young adult now and I want to have more control over my life. But I also don't know if my parents are going to be accepting of this because I know they haven't been accepting of the idea in the past. But I really just had to sit, think about it, build up the confidence to go to them and say, I met this person, we're getting to know each other, whatever not. And yeah, you approach them, of course, with respect.
Me and my parents may have a good connection in terms of telling them anything. Mommy, if you're watching this, not sure about daddy, we have to know y'all watch the video. And family, whenever I do find someone, I would always think about, hey, what do my parents think of this person? How can I tell them that I like someone? Because they've never known me to be a person who wants to be in a relationship. Mommy, do you know that? I don't know. Yes, I have to ask her. Yes. Right now, she knows that I do like someone. And we've been having a conversation about said person. So if I'd known how she would have reacted like right now, I would have maybe probably told her many times before.
I was grown in a headstrong household, so my mother knows that anybody I bring home will not have his pants below his bottom or smoke marijuana. End of the story.
Thank you.
Dating is when two people make the decision to see each other exclusively while exploring the possibilities in establishing a future.
Have you explored the possibility, or are you currently in a sweet, exclusive relationship with Jesus? Join us next week for part 2.